Good evening. My name is Sarah Anderson, Consulting Engineers of Alberta Vice President, and I'm delighted to welcome you here this evening. Could I please have your attention to ensure that everyone does not miss our fantastic opening video? Please view our screen and let's get the evening started. Thank you.
It's your world, the world that consulting engineers of Alberta work in. It's your world. Every system, structure, and technology you use every day, an engineer has had a role in its design and function. The water you drink, the lights that turn on, the home where you live, the office where you work, the museums that you visit, the roads and bridges that you drive on, the paths that you walk on, and the parks that you play in. As trusted advisors, consulting engineers are dedicated to serving society with the highest standards of design, safety, and integrity. Consulting engineers use engineering, project management, and technical expertise for any size of project in Alberta and beyond. Professionally accredited, CEA members use their qualifications, experience, and partnerships with clients to achieve success. CEA members provide a high level of service in a variety of specializations and industries, and along the way, identifies and addresses problems by providing innovative and practical solutions. Everything an engineer does enhances your daily quality of life. It's your world, and we are proud to be a part of it.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Consulting Engineers of Alberta Annual Showcase Awards Gala. My name is Ryan Jesperson, and I am absolutely delighted to be your master of ceremonies this evening. Through the week, my day job, so to speak, is host of the Ryan Jesperson Show on 630 CHED, but another role, I suppose, that I fill in the city of Edmonton, and one that's a real honor and one I'm really proud of, is your in-game host for Edmonton Oilers home games at Rogers Place. I want to let you know something, and that is that, as a matter of fact, in 24 minutes, my pal Robert Clark will be singing both the American and Canadian national anthems as your Edmonton Oilers welcome the Minnesota Wild to Alberta's capital city. I will be missing one home game this entire year. Of our 41 home games, I'm going to miss one, and it's because I wouldn't miss tonight with the Consulting Engineers of Alberta. So thank you for having me. As the grandson of a very proud chemical engineer, Rudy Roman-Dutka with Chevron, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the 24th Annual Consulting Engineers of Alberta Showcase Awards Gala with our presenting sponsor, WSP. We have a wonderful evening here before us. This is always a highlight of my hosting calendar, and I know for many of you, a real opportunity to not just mix and mingle, not just develop or at least broaden your networks, but also to celebrate the innovation and the excellence coming out of Alberta's consulting engineering community. Tonight, of course, we are proud, and CEA is very proud, to recognize the theme, It's Your World. And we hope that you enjoyed the opening video, providing a brief taste out of the gates, and of course a showcase of industry's engagement in enhancing the daily qualities of our everyday lives. Right here at these Awards of Excellence tonight, we recognize a crowd that, of course, we know appreciates what it takes to build not just any province, but a province that's proud to drive Canada's economy, a province that is proud to solve problems, a province that is proud to demonstrate resilience, and so many other things that define us as Albertans and define you as Alberta's professional consulting engineers. The CEA administration tonight would like to send a very special thank you for you tonight supporting first class this annual event to membership, external sponsors, and of course, our valued partners. The strong support does not go unnoticed and it truly symbolizes the strength of the association. I was very happy tonight to see the beginning of our cocktail reception coincide with the final hour or so of daylight. There's no location in Edmonton, as far as I'm concerned, if you're bringing more than 500 people together. No location quite like Hall D as we look out on this river valley. And of course, we acknowledge tonight respectfully that we are situated on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional lands of First Nations and Métis people. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the President of the Consulting Engineers of Alberta, Mr. Sean Snowden.
Good evening. I'm Sean Snowden, President of the CEA Board of Directors. Welcome and thank you to our members of our organization who are here tonight. This event is about you and for you, and it's important. It gives us a chance to pause for an evening and recognize the bright and innovative professionals with whom we work. On behalf of all CEA board members, it's an honor to act as your representatives. Together, we are shaping the landscape for our practice to thrive and for our communities to grow stronger, safer, better, and smarter. I'd also like to welcome our guests, especially our loved ones, spouses, partners, friends, and family. I would like to extend a special welcome to my wife, Lori, for your unconditional support. You are the mother of our 2 children, a teacher, and my collaborator in life. And I'm proud to call you my wife. Our work is made richer by the support and sacrifices of our loved ones, and we are in your debt. We're proud to host several elected officials tonight, as well as members of the public service. The engineering sector, and much of our success as consultants, depends on those who have committed themselves to serve in elected office and in the government departments that provide services that we depend on. Having said that, I'd like to quickly recognize dignitaries from our head table. The Honorable Rick McIver, Minister of Transportation and MLA for Calgary-Hayes. His Honor Don Iveson, Mayor of the City of Edmonton. From ACEC Canada, President and CEO John Gamble and Chair Lawrence Lukey. And CEA's CEO, Ken Kazakowicz. Sorry, Ken. Lots of acronyms there. Thank you all for being here. Your attendance is especially important this year as we share a little about CEA's President's theme for 2020, Influence and Act Together for a Strong and Sustainable Future. The CEA is paying close attention to the challenges facing our industry and our partners in various orders of government. We recognize the provincial government's mandate to reduce spending. As an association, the CEA is doing its best to keep pace with Alberta's changing economics. This year, we will help our members do the same with a refreshed approach to advocacy. The CEA will continue to act as an important sounding board for the provincial government and industry through joint initiatives like our Strategic Planning Group and Industry Liaison Committee. In the months to come, we'll be offering new tools to help members collaborate with each other and act together as champions for our industry. In doing so, we will offer greater value to our clients, to our partners in the design and construction industry, and to government officials. Consulting engineers have essential perspectives that can help build Alberta's economy, offer positive returns on investment, and influence policy to achieve better public outcomes. We can inform decisions about qualifications-based selection in the procurement process, budget and cost management, design, efficiency, and safety. As trusted experts, it's our responsibility to share these insights with government and other stakeholders. In 2020, we're making it a priority to do this better and to do it together with a united voice. Thank you for allowing me this time to speak. Before I wrap up, I'd like to add one final sentiment. As much as it's our responsibility to inform, advocate, and influence, it's also our responsibility to listen, to hear and respect the perspectives of policymakers in all orders of government. Consulting engineers work in an industry that relies on public investment. We share a sincere and compassionate concern for Alberta's future, and we bring this lens to our assessment of public and fiscal policy. We are excited to be part of the solution to restore prosperity to this great province and to build a strong and sustainable future for all who live here. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much, Sean. I do notice that, of course, some of you are beginning to enjoy your salads. Please do feel free. Obviously, we want to make sure that you take in the fantastic culinary experience that the team here at the Edmonton Convention Center has in store for you tonight. It is my pleasure as well now to welcome up, as mentioned, it's great to have a minister here in the House, the Honourable Rick McIver. Knows what it's talking about. When we talk about building communities, this guy has served Albertans in a number of capacities, including at the municipal and provincial government level, and if my math is correct, I believe has served under four conservative premiers, 5 premiers. A brief blip in opposition, and now here he is serving again as the Minister of Transportation. Please give it up and extend a very warm welcome for the Honourable Minister Rick McIver.
Thank you, Ryan. It's my pleasure to be here with my wife, Christine. I wanted to acknowledge Mayor Iveson, Sean, the head table guests, and everybody that's here tonight. And also, I don't think it would be right if I didn't acknowledge our former Premier, Ed Stelmach, and his wife, Marie, for being here tonight. Ed's actually a previous transportation minister that made well out of himself, and proud to have had any title that I share with Ed Stelmach along the way. It's my pleasure to bring greetings over from our Premier Jason Kenney and our government to the 24th Annual Consulting Engineers of Alberta Showcase Awards. It's a group of people, the consulting engineers that we work closely with in transportation. And I always said, I like engineers because, for example, we're in a building right now that I have 100% confidence won't fall down on our heads. And as you all know, an engineer had something to do with that. And we're building roads and bridges, though they need to be stable and solid and last a long time, and that's through the advice and the stamp and the professional expertise of engineers too. So thank you for what you do. You actually give us a chance to be successful in government, and we appreciate it every day, and we value the relationship we have with the Consulting Engineers of Alberta. We've actually had some meaningful conversations. For those that don't know, this is my second tour as Minister of Transportation. In 2012 and 13. I was also in that role. So the Consulting Engineers of Alberta are partners with us in the way we do business. It wasn't lost on me, Sean, you mentioned QBS. And I guess if I didn't remember that, then I haven't listened to anything in the last few years that went in our conversations together. But our relationship is about trust. The Consulting Engineers of Alberta are a voice that we listen to, in order to make good business decisions, good design decisions, and to help shape the way that we procure things, roads, bridges, water treatment plants on behalf of Albertans. That professional advice helps us provide infrastructure that's very important to the quality of life to 4.4 million Albertans, and we value your assistance, your trusted advice every day. Thank you for that. And now even more, it was said once, and I agree with this, that when the money runs out, then you have to think. And I would dare say that our government has come to that point now where as has been said, we're broke. So now we have to think. We still have to build things. We still have to fix things. But we need to actually make sure we're doing it in the best way. And we wouldn't be able to be successful if we couldn't trust on the voices of expertise like the consulting engineers of Alberta. We look forward to getting that advice from you and working with you over the next years. And also, I would like to say, amongst a group of professionals that matter so much to us, tonight is special to be a small part of awards night, where we're celebrating the best of the people that we trust, the best of the people that make sure that the things we build are of top quality and give great value for Alberta taxpayers. And for all those receiving an award tonight, you are more than just a little bit special. You should really feel good about that, and I can't wait to see you being recognized. Thank you for letting me be a small part of this evening's important celebration. Thank you.
Many thanks, Minister. Well, I'll tell you, less than 24 hours ago, I was sitting just a few seats down from our next presenter at the beautiful Schachter Theatre, the Citadel Theatre. If I may, a shameless plug, As You Like It saw its opening night last night, and my fabulously talented sister-in-law, Lindsay Angel, in the starring role, stole the show. And I think his worship enjoyed it. I saw a smile across his face. Last night he celebrated and recognized the building of the arts. Tonight, the building of our cities. Please give a warm welcome to Mayor Don Iveson.
Well, thank you very much for that, Ryan and President Snowden and all of the other dignitaries. Thank you for the invitation to be with you here tonight. To Minister McIver, thank you for your long service. And of course, he spent many years at Calgary City Hall and understands that that's where so much of the action is in building better lives for city dwellers and county and rural dwellers. And at the local level is where so many things are decided that are going to affect the livelihood of your households and your companies, but also the conditions for business and quality of life that really makes it worth living in our cities and our towns and our countryside here in Alberta. And so I really want to thank each and every one of you for the work that you do, the labor that you provide, the value that you create, and that we're here to celebrate tonight for your association, but particularly for the nominees and the award winners who are going to be celebrated tonight. But I want to back up a little bit from that and reflect on a conversation I was having with an MLA who had some previous experience in the municipal realm, who's now in the provincial game. And I was asking him what was different, and he said, well, when you're at the local level, it's all about capital and it's all about infrastructure. And when you're at the provincial level, it's programs and how are you going to pay for everything. And so I thought that was an interesting shift, and it really reflects what the Federation of Canadian Municipalities reminds Canadians and policymakers in Ottawa and around the country all the time of, which is that 60% of the infrastructure, public infrastructure in this country is in the hands of local governments. And so councillors and reeves and mayors from across this country know how important it is to have a strong working relationship with the people who are going to drive solid decision-making, problem-solving, and value creation for the long term in the infrastructure that our citizens and businesses depend on. And that's really what this room represents, is the brain power that helps us do that better from a consulting point of view. And I'm an imposter in this room because I'm not an engineer, but if you go back to the Scona Lord's yearbook from 1997, where it says, what do you think this person is going to do when they grow up? It says under my name, engineer, lawyer, or politician. And I'm not really a politician, I only play one on TV. I make law. They're just bylaws, but still, I make law with no formal legal training whatsoever. And I oversee a $16 billion budget involving serious infrastructure benefiting the million people who call Edmonton home. And I have no training to do that either, which is why I rely on professionals, along with my city council colleagues and a very talented administration, but why I rely on professionals like yourselves in order to deliver great results for Edmontonians. And so I really want to mainly say thank you for the value that you provide, but also issue the challenge that we need you now more than ever. This is clearly a time of restraint in public fiscal policy in Alberta. And we have experienced that at the City of Edmonton, and we recognize the challenges that Alberta is facing. We have chosen to exhibit some restraint around our infrastructure investment, but we want to go full throttle on those big and transformational projects that will change this city as it grows from 1 million today to 2 million in the not so distant future. And we want to keep you working, and not just working, but helping us deliver those projects as innovatively as possible using different procurement and project management methodology, because we know your sector is evolving really quickly, and we want to look at things like QBS in order to make sure that we're getting the very best high-value advice possible to build the best infrastructure to deliver for Edmontonians. And so we know that that talent is not just in this room, but very much in this city and in this province, that in our DNA as a people, as we are very pioneering, problem-solving folks when it comes to energy and environment. And as the world and Canada and Alberta struggles with what seem like irreconcilable challenges, I know that in rooms like this, there is the brain power to help bring solutions to bear that will help our energy producers be relevant in a world that is also looking down its nose at Alberta and saying, you really need to deliver on emissions reductions. And we have to be able to do both, and we have in the past, and we need to tell our story better in that. But opportunities like tonight give us a chance to celebrate precisely the problem-solving expertise that is going to help us rise to those twin global challenges, which is feeding the world's energy needs, supporting innovation in green buildings and process engineering and great durable infrastructure, and reducing emissions at the same time, which are all priorities for Edmontonians and Albertans and Canadians and for the world. And it's folks like you who are going to get it done. All we do as policymakers is try to create conditions for your creativity and problem solving to be brought to bear. But I have tremendous, knowing so many of you in this room, and it was just lovely at the reception to connect with many of you who've worked with and for the City of Edmonton in the past. I just know there's tremendous, tremendous problem solving capacity in rooms like this and in your industry that are going to help us get it done. So thank you. You deserve all the kudos tonight, especially to the nominees and the victors in the award categories. Thank you for the invitation to be with you here tonight.
Thanks very much, Mayor Iveson. We're thrilled tonight to have the chair of the Association of Consulting Engineering Companies Canada with us, Mr. Lawrence Sluky. Please join me in welcoming Lawrence to bring greetings from your national association.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to be here this evening. On behalf of myself and my fellow directors from the ACEC board, I want to not only thank all of the firms that participated in this year's awards program, but also all of you for being here this evening. And more importantly, we wish to thank you for sharing this fabulous evening with us tonight. All the submitting firms, along with their clients and other team contributors, all deserve congratulations. It's great to see so many people here tonight celebrating the achievements of Alberta firms and individuals. I personally always look forward to award galas such as this as an opportunity to see what new and exciting things are going on in the engineering community, an opportunity to visit old friends, and also an opportunity to meet new friends. ACEC Canada is the national voice of consulting engineering. ACEC Canada is governed by its members, which represent over 400 firms and some 75,000 employees, creating a $28.4 billion per year industry. Working closely with our provincial and territorial organizations such as CEA, our mission and goal is to promote an environment that recognizes and rewards our members' contribution to our social, economic, and environmental quality of life. The contributions of consulting engineering to society and to our built environment is vital, yet is frequently taken for granted. Tonight, outstanding projects from across Alberta are being celebrated. These awards provide an opportunity to tell an important story of how consulting engineers are achieving significant societal outcomes locally, provincially, nationally, and internationally. Each year we see more creativity, innovation, and ingenuity as consulting engineers tackle complex challenges and create opportunities for the clients in both the public and private sectors. As member firms, individual supporters, and friends of CEA, you can be proud of knowing that Alberta continues to be recognized as a province that produces excellent engineering through individuals, firms, and projects. At this year's National Awards Gala, the following Alberta projects and firms were recognized, receiving awards of excellence and special achievement awards. I just wanted to recap some of the firms that took home hardware last year. Dialogue for the Royal Alberta Museum Project, Intuitive for Calgary's new Central Library, ISL Engineering and Associate Engineering for the Calgary Zoo Flood Mitigation, and Dialogue for the Mechanized River Valley Access. I'd like you to join me once again in recognizing the achievements of these firms from the national level. I would like to invite you to once again submit your entries to the Canadian Consulting Engineering Awards. You have a great story to tell and to share with your colleagues from across the country. With that, on behalf of ACEC Canada, I am honored to be here tonight celebrating the achievements of Alberta engineering firms and individuals. Good luck to all of the firms that have submitted entries for tonight's awards. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Lawrence. Well, it goes without saying that events and celebrations like tonight's do not happen without the support of our generous sponsors, and we're very grateful to have WSP on board tonight as our presenting sponsor. To offer a few words, please join me in welcoming Rob Lonson.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you've had a fantastic time so far. I think I'm the last guy here, so we're soon on the roll here. I'm Rob Lonson, the Director of Transportation Engineering in Western Canada, and I bring greetings on behalf of WSP. As a longtime Albertan, former public servant with Alberta Transportation, consultant, former CEA board member, I believe that the efforts of CEA and events like this evening provide a great opportunity to showcase and celebrate our achievements. We are proud to be the presenting sponsor for this evening. One of the great benefits of the Showcase Award Gala is the amazing opportunity to bring people together. This collective pool of talented professionals from different companies creates an invaluable forum to share experiences, challenges, and achievements. We all play an integral role in shaping the development, design, and maintenance of infrastructure in Alberta. Everyone in the room may have their own perspective of the future. However, what connects us is the shared responsibility to help shape that future today for both Alberta and Canada as a whole. At WSP, we also see the possibilities. Our team members here in Alberta are 1,400 strong, bringing new ideas to their work every day. WSP touches the built and natural environment in so many ways, and we have hundreds of projects on the go across Alberta right now. This work lets us partner with some amazing companies, organizations, and communities such as here tonight. We understand the importance of planning and designing for the future today? How do we ensure resiliency and risk management for future flooding? How do we enable a richer environment for moving people? With Future Ready, we identify and analyze trends, model and predictors to help bring clarity and make better decisions. We are constantly striving to contribute and improve our industry. By implementing new initiatives like WSP Smart Solutions, our goal is to embrace smart technologies such as sensors, data platforms, robotics, artificial intelligence in the way we work. Using informative data, we can help create efficiencies, digital connectivity, improve sustainability, and ultimately enable our communities to thrive. The projects we are collectively involved with showcase the power of our clients' vision and our ability to innovate and produce outcomes that drive and fuel the economy of the future. To be the best, anticipate and solve for the future, and create enduring legacies. In closing, I'd like to recognize the amazing projects shown on the we'll see tonight, and congratulate tonight's winners. Thank you.
Kudos on the boutonniere there, Rob. That needs to be recognized. Style and man right there. Appreciate it. And certainly appreciate your sponsorship tonight with WSP. I have an extremely important announcement. Just in case you have not noticed, there is a card on your table. We may be at this point in the evening, depending on how far advanced you are in your celebration. But keep in mind, you have a wine card on your table. You can present that to your server if you'd like another bottle of red, another bottle of white. There you go. So I wanted to make sure I brought that to your attention right away so nobody is left wanting. CEA wishes to give a very special thank you and to recognize our Showcase Award sponsors for their generous contribution. I don't like to be a stickler around this type of stuff. If you want to whoop and holler and clap, you go ahead. I'm going to go through the list of the individuals, the groups, the agencies, the organizations, the firms that without whom this would not be happening. So here we are. Tonight's fostering sponsors are Stantec Consulting, Thurber Engineering, Urban Systems, and Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions. Thank you to them. Tonight's supporting sponsors are AECOM, Altera Engineering, Aero Engineering, Associated Engineering, Dialogue, Golder Associates, ISL Engineering and Land Services, Carewood Lytle Associates, McElhenney, MPE Engineering, Parsons, SMA Consulting, SMP Engineering, Tetra Tech Canada, and Wave Engineering. Our contributing sponsor tonight is M2 Engineering. Our patron sponsors are APEGA, AXA XL, Edmonton Construction Association, FMAV, their talented team in the back, Lloyd Sad Insurance Brokers, PCL Construction Management, Red Point Media and Marketing Solutions, Riley's, TD Milosh Monex, University of Calgary, the Schulich School of Engineering, and WestJet. Let's hear it for their continued and generous support. Friends, I'd like to take just a couple of quick moments here, and again, please do enjoy your salads, to acknowledge some of our special guests. Also want to bring you up to speed or remind you on how this evening will unfold tonight. We're honored to have with us tonight members of the Alberta provincial government, the City of Edmonton, and the City of Calgary, elected officials there. As mentioned, former Premier Ed Stelmach is in the house tonight as well, as is Enoch Cree Nation Chief Billy Morin, recently appointed to the role of Grand Chief of Treaty 6. Let's welcome our VIPs. In addition, tonight we also have guests from our esteemed family, and we'd like to recognize them. Representing the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta, APEGA's CEO and Registrar, Jay Nagendran. Jay, thanks for being here. The ACAEC Canada, with representatives from the Western Province member organizations here. Lieutenant Colonel Peter Boyle of 41 Service Battalion is here tonight. Representatives from other partnering associations are joining us. The University of Alberta, the University of Calgary, CEA past presidents, and past CEA Lieutenant Governor recipients. The Consulting Engineers of Alberta would like to recognize members as well of their current board. You may have noticed already the corsages, the boutonnieres. These are recognizing and identifying the members of the board that are here in attendance with us tonight. If you do have any questions, if you'd like to provide some feedback, please don't hesitate to ask them or present your thoughts to any of them or the other CIA staff. They are your proud hosts this evening. Thanks again to everybody just for being here tonight as part of this prestigious first-class annual event. We're glad to have you here. Now, if you've been here before, you know that as part of our evening, after an amazing dinner, we've seen what Chef Serge has in store. I promise you'll be impressed. We'll get right into our awards program. We'll kick it off with the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement. Following that, the Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award will recognize some of the real movers and shakers, and ultimately one representing the future of our industry here tonight. Our finale, of course, will be the highlight, I'm sure, of this evening for many of you, where we'll celebrate excellence in engineering by CEA member firms with, of course, our title Showcase Awards. The 51 project submissions this year come from a wide cross-section of engineering consulting firms, from the small boutique firms to some of the real giants of industry, with the projects reflecting the exceptional minds in your field who are making a difference in the lives of every single Albertan. The quality of the submissions this year prove without a doubt that engineering is a rewarding profession that gives back to the community and makes our world a better place to live. I do hope you took time through the cocktail reception this evening. If not, there's still plenty of time to go visit the submission poster boards displayed right here on the west end of Hall D. Truly an outstanding display of professional achievement. Now, it's my distinct pleasure to invite you to enjoy the main course. We'll be back in a bit. Yeah, let's take this moment to recognize, obviously, the legendary Chef Serge Belair and his incredible team here at the Edmonton Convention Center. Hit another one out of the park tonight. They never cease to amaze. For those of you that are just wrapping up your conversation, it's obviously wonderful. Photos being snapped, connections being made, business cards being swapped, a huge part we know of tonight, the networking opportunities, and of course we look forward to the President's reception a little bit later on tonight. But I do want to give you a moment to get back to your tables as we move forward into tonight's awards, into the recognition element of this evening that always, of course, we know shines the spotlight on those that are rising in many cases at the beginning of their careers, and those that are exemplifying the category, the capabilities, and certainly the qualities that have set themselves apart in some cases for decades. And as part of that, the latter, tonight we recognize an outstanding professional in our midst. The 2020 Consulting Engineers of Alberta Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement will tonight honor a gentleman who has enjoyed a long career in the consulting engineering firm, the industry, and he has certainly, to say the very least, made a huge impact on Alberta's industry and communities. Here's more on Mr. Bob Gomes.
Bob Gomes is this year's recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement.
I was born and raised in Edmonton, went to school in Edmonton, went to university in Edmonton, worked my entire career in Edmonton. My mom and dad didn't go to university, but that's what they said is each of our children will go to university. I was the third one, and graduated, started to work for a firm called Walker Newby and Associates. It was about a 120-person consulting engineering firm specializing in land development. In 1981, National Energy Program was instituted by the first Trudeau, and at that time, business in Alberta stopped. Walker Newby Associates went from a firm of 120 people to 12 people. met Tony Druid, who worked for Stanley at the time, or IMC, and Tony approached me. I then met with him and Tony Franceschini, who was my predecessor as CEO of Stantec, had breakfast with him, and he said, yeah, this should work. So I joined in 1988. You know, Stantec gave me that opportunity of continuing to do more for the company and doing it here. I was in land development. That's what I did when I was with Stantec. The first 20 years was land development, and loved it.
I worked on a number of projects with Bob, all in the Edmonton region. I was a land developer, and Bob was a project engineer. He's very meticulous, which is exactly what you want when you're working with somebody on something as demanding as a land development project.
Tony approached me one time and said, well, you know, we've got this opening in industrial, and we've bought these companies in oil and gas and mining, and how would you like to lead that? And my point is, well, I don't know anything about industrial. I know land development. And he said, and, you know, favorite words of Tony was, well, how hard could it be? Taking that chance and risk was probably one of the best things I did, because it exposed me to a whole different branch of engineering.
He would step up, he'd roll up his sleeves, and he'd get involved.
I was volunteered by my first mentor, George Walker. He said, I'm going to volunteer you to sit on nonprofit boards. And the first one was Edmonton Nonprofit Housing Authority. You're going to sit on there for 2 years as a director, and then you're going to be chair for 2 years. And it was, so 4 years of my life I'm going to give up to this? And he said, no, that's just the first 4 years. Then you're going to find something else to do. And I remember thinking, no, this is not a good idea. This is taking away from my family. I was 28, had young kids, and the meetings were at night. I look back at it and said, the lessons I learned there, I never would have learned in my day-to-day business. It gave you a different perspective. It gave you leadership skills that you couldn't learn just working for a company. None of these people are getting paid for doing what they're doing. So the only way you're going to be able to get them on side is through consensus. You learn to lead without leverage. CEA, I was lucky enough to become president. It was really a learning experience to learn how other engineers thought in the business. A lot of engineers love to solve problems, but don't like to invoice for it and collect the bill for it. And I think CEA really gave me the understanding that you've got to be good at both. I started as CEO of Stantec in May of 2009. 2008, 2009 was not a great economic situation. The economy is in a total recession. Our business is declining, so it was like walking into a fire. Stantec had 10,000 people in May when I took over the role of CEO. By the end of the year, we had 8,500. Just remember that the company is people, and at the end of the day, that's what you got to worry about.
Bob's abilities to really understand the business and to make the best of what he could out of it is remarkable. When we were going through the difficult time, Bob led the company through those changes. And through all that period of time, the company grew, completed over 50 acquisitions. So he took advantage of those difficult times in the market. I recall him going to the board with a strategy that says, our runway in North America is getting shorter. Bob started on the path of reaching out to all of these global firms that met the criteria that the company was looking to grow in. That's what's propelled Stantec to be number 3 in North America and number 10 globally. Without that move, Stantec would still be primarily a North American firm today. It's not about bigger is better is better, was Bob's theme.
I've had a lot of proud moments when I was with Stantec, but one of them was in 2012, really changing the way that Stantec identified themselves as a company. Everything we do as a company and everything that every engineering company does really impacts the community we live in. And not a lot of industries can say that.
And our connection to our communities. It's not just a tagline on our corporate brochures. Bob wanted to take it another level. So that's when Bob started Stantec in the Community Day, which has now turned into Stantec in the Community Week. And that gives all of our employees around the world an opportunity to give back. And that started as an idea that Bob had.
He's had great vision, he's taken on huge projects, and he's acted with integrity.
Not a year would go by that I wasn't questioned by an investor specifically in New York or Toronto saying, why Edmonton? And the simple answer is why not? And when Stantec was growing, we had 5 different offices in the city, and one of the things we realized it'd be nice to do would be move into one location. So We started in the journey. We joined with the Cates Group when Darryl had the vision for downtown. Building the arena, if you build it, we will come. Well, we came. And our point was we want to be right at the front door. I wanted it to be as large as we could possibly make it. And the point was I want Calgary to be able to see it. I want it to be the largest in Western Canada. It is exactly 8 meters taller than the bowl in Calgary.
Stantec had done all the architecture, the engineering, the design, interior design, etc. of the entire building. Bob led that entire effort.
Hopefully, and answered the question clearly once and for all that yes, our head office in Edmonton is going to stay here.
Bob and I were, with the MWH acquisition, we were sitting in a Bay Street boardroom waiting for the share issuance. We were doing an issuance to help fund that acquisition, and our share price kept going up and up and up in the morning, and that made it more difficult to price this thing. So what's Bob do? He pulls out his computer, gets on Excel. Now, Bob and I have had discussions over the years about his Excel skills, and we won't talk about that, but remarkably, we needed that spreadsheet to help price that transaction. And Bob says, who would have thought 10 years ago this little prairie boy would be sitting here on Bay Street raising $1 billion in equity?
Bob's always been an early riser, so he's at the office every morning before 6 o'clock. So then as people start to roll in at 7 or 7:30 or 8, Bob's prepared, he's ready to hit the ground running.
Could never get in before Bob in the morning. It was, I tried.
Comes down to that balance. You got to have balance. If you're going to go in, work early and stay late, you're probably not going to achieve that balance. So I was home, most days for dinner.
When I assumed this role from Bob, that's what everyone asked me. Are you going to be on Bob time? So if you have a meeting with Bob that starts at 8 o'clock, if you get there at 7:45, you're late. So it's always been a hallmark of Bob's style.
There's two aspects of success. One is you've got to have a great team at the company you're working at, and you've got to have a great team at home, and I was blessed enough to have that. I have a very patient wife, and I thank her very much for putting up with me for all those years, and the same thing with my kids. Certainly having that family life is extremely important to success.
He's leading the company still through his contribution on the board. He has got a passion and commitment that's second to none.
Bob, thank you for your outstanding leadership. On behalf of the Consulting Engineers of Alberta, congratulations on your award.
Friends, the Lieutenant Governor, Her Honor Lois Mitchell, has sent her regrets to attend this evening, but it's a real honor to have former Premier Ed Stelmach here tonight, obviously, as well as most of you know, a past CEA honorary board member. Mr. Stelmach has graciously accepted the invitation to present this award on the Lieutenant Governor's behalf, and it is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome former Premier Stelmach to the stage.
Well, good evening, everyone. Honorable Minister, Your Worship, Grand Chief Morin, special head table guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a real privilege to read a short message on behalf of Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, who unfortunately is not able to be here today. She writes, "It's my pleasure to congratulate everyone being honored at this year's Consulting Engineers of Alberta Showcase Awards. I would have loved to join you for the celebration, but unfortunately, my schedule has taken me away from Edmonton. I wanted to take this opportunity to recognize all of Alberta's talented and working consulting engineers for their essential contributions. You have dedicated yourself to ensuring that buildings and other infrastructure across our province offer the highest possible quality, efficiency, and safety. I appreciate the skill, energy, and professionalism that you bring to the table. And I thank each of you for everything that you do for our province. As Her Majesty's the Queen's representative, it's also my particular pleasure to congratulate and thank this year's recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement. Stantec is truly one of our great Alberta success stories, and Bob Gomes has played a key role in the company's rise to recognition as a top firm on the world stage. Bob has also served as a dedicated community leader and proud ambassador for our city and our province. The award is a fitting recognition of all that he has done to foster growth and to build success for the benefit of all. Again, thank you for your service and best wishes for continued success, and that's signed by Her Honor, Lois Mitchell. Bob, would you please come forward?
Well, thank you very much. To have Premier, and I'll still call him Premier, at Stelmach give me the award makes it even more special. I think Ed was one of our most human and down-to-earth premiers we've ever had in this province. So thank you, Ed. I'd like to thank CEA for selecting me for this honor and recognition. Being president of CEA over 17 years ago was a key catalyst in my career. CEA did a great job at the video tonight. I hate watching videos of myself, but I could almost tolerate that one. And I'd like to thank, they can almost make anyone's career look good though, can't they? I'd like to thank Janet and Dan and Gord for appearing in the video. I appreciate that. Your checks are in the mail. To my wife and my family. And no, I had this in my speech. This isn't because Sean said it to his wife. It was in my speech. Diane said, yeah, did you have it in yours? Yes, it's right here. Thank you very much for your support and your patience, your incredible patience through all the good times and the bad times. I'd like to thank all my clients, because really none of us would be in this room without our clients. They're the ones that trust us with their projects, and without those, we have nothing to do. And of course, I'd like to thank Stantec, who gave me the opportunity of working for a company that allowed me to engage with our engineering industry across Canada, the United States, and the world. A lot of Stantec staff are here tonight, and I share this honor with you all. Thank you. In my role as Stantec, I had the privilege of talking to many engineering firms around the world. I was proud to see that our Canadian industry, in my opinion, was the best in the world. Yeah, I'm biased, I'm from here, but our approach to projects, our work ethic, and our design stand up against the entire world. We should be proud of what we do in this province. So, that brings me to my one and only message for the evening. Since I'm now retired, I can't get into too much trouble for what I say about our industry. I started my first engineering job in May of 1978, which was the first year that CEA was started. CEA was created to fill a void in our engineering consulting industry. APEGA's mandate is to oversee our professionalism of what we do, and they're legislated to ensure we follow standards to safeguard our work. However, CEA was created not to compete with APEGA, but to complement it. One of CEA roles is to celebrate our designs and work of consulting engineers. So we're doing that here tonight. It has been years since I've had this opportunity of attending these awards, and I'm impressed with the stature that you've been able to achieve. I told my wife Diane when we walked in, when I was president of CEA, we had it at the Chateau Louis. There was maybe 200 people in the room. The mayor didn't come. Thank you very much, Mayor Iverson, for coming. We didn't have an MC. I was the MC. So Ryan, thank you very much for coming. And we stole him away from an Oiler game. That's amazing, but it is Minnesota. So yeah, okay. This is an evening to celebrate, and I want to congratulate all the people and companies involved in the projects represented here tonight. I also would like to congratulate the winner of the Harrison Morrison Young Professional Award. I knew Harold, and I know he'd be proud of our winner here tonight. CEA does many things for our industry, but I believe the primary mandate is to ensure we run good businesses. Now, this may come as a shock to many of you, but engineers, me included, are not very good business people. We focus on design, our work, our client satisfaction, and sometimes to the sacrifice of making money. So on to my message for this evening. Probably at this time, it would be a good time for our clients to maybe go to the washroom, go to the bar, have a drink, and maybe not listen to the next few comments. These are my points of view, not Stantec's, not CEA's, not the firms in the room. They're mine, being in this career for industry for over 40 years. When I worked at Stantec, I had people filtering my comments, which made me sound a lot smarter than I am and kept me out of trouble. However, now I'm on my own. So yeah, dangerous. So unfiltered comments. I believe consulting engineers are an undervalued and an underappreciated profession. Most of the general public do not know who we are or what we do. But every day, their lives are impacted by our work. By the roads they travel, the waters they drink, and the buildings they live and work in. I've always felt that an engineer's hourly rates and therefore their compensation does not reflect the impact our profession has on society, and it should be more comparable to other more visible and celebrated professions. On a whole, our industry's contribution to our society in a way that is much more encompassing than any other profession, and we should be respected for it and compensated for it. All the engineering firms represented here tonight should be charging higher rates for every engineering category we have. And as a result, every engineer should be making more money. I thought that would go over big. Remember, the clients are out of the room now, right? So the solution to this is totally within our control. This is a simple solution. Monday morning, raise your rates. Monday morning, charge more for what you do. Be proud of what you do. Our industry deserves more respect and the compensation that goes with it. Thank you.
Well, congratulations again, Bob, and thanks very much. Friends, you know, every year the winner of the Lieutenant Governor's Award receives a kaleidoscope replicating a symbol of an engineer's level. This is designed every year by the extremely talented Don Chambers. It's a beautiful, beautiful memento. Don has designed and handcrafted these spectacular awards to recognize and celebrate the winner of the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement. In addition to the kaleidoscope, Bob will receive a personal certificate from Lieutenant Governor Lois Mitchell, congratulating him on receiving this honor tonight, as well as the recognition of his service to the consulting engineers of Alberta and the consulting industry. Congratulations again, Bob Gomes. By the way, Bob, retirement looks really good on you, buddy. I don't know what you're eating or where you're vacationing, but it looks good on you, buddy. It's good to have you here with us tonight, and congratulations. You never hear a bad word about that guy. It's my pleasure now and my honor to call upon Derek Chesky, CEA past president, and Ian Morrison to the stage to present what I know this is always a very special and I think a pretty exciting award as well when it comes to the roster, the lineup tonight, the Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Awards. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Ryan. I just want to congratulate Bob Gomes on the award. Well deserved. Bob was a big mentor of mine in the early part of my career, so I want to thank you for that, but well deserved. So, I'm very honored to assist Ian Morrison in presenting this special award. The CEA Rising Young Professional Award was renamed to honor the memory and legacy of Harold L. Morrison, who served as the CEA Registrar from 1993 to 2010. Mr. Morrison was also one of the founding board members and acted as the treasurer before taking on the title of Registrar.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here this evening to celebrate the presentation of the award in the name of my father, Harold L. Morrison. Being involved in service organizations was always a big part of Harold's life, and we've heard that as with many other successful people, it has been a big part of their life. And so I think it's clear that that's a road to success. And that Harold was involved with the CEA. He was also involved with many other organizations, boards, associations, and service clubs. And it was always a big part of his life. But his real passion was the consulting industry. And he really loved this industry that we're all a part of. And he realized that the success of the industry was determined by the success of the young professionals in the industry. And that without young people, the smartest and the brightest, coming up and being enticed to be part of this industry, that it wouldn't be there. And it was always a passion of his, the young professionals. And so tonight, this award honors those young professionals who have shown exceptional success early on in their careers. These will be the leaders of tomorrow, the Bob Gomes. And so I look forward to the presentation, and I'd like to thank you, the CEA, for the dedication of this award in honor of my father. Thank you very much.
CEA defines a young professional, the YP, as an engineer, technologist, or geoscientist working for a CEA member firm with up to 10 years of experience in their respective field. The Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award recognizes our greatest strength, our young professionals. This award recognizes the outstanding achievements in the young professional's career to date. We would like to recognize and thank the judges who adjudicated this award. They are Mr. Art Washuta, Mr. Ben Novak, and Mr. Herb Cooney, all past presidents of CEA. The young professional nominee has an exemplary record of achievement in education, employment, professional and public service activities. The following personal attributes are considered by the judges: technical process, leadership in society, initiative and teamwork, integrity, involvement and contribution to CEA, and future potential. The winner is also given $2,500 to attend ACEC's annual National Leadership Conference in Ottawa, representing our province. This year we have 5 nominees. Andrew Lischuk, Buildings Engineering Structural Lead with Stantec Consulting. Aparna Krishan, Transportation Engineer with McElhaney. Jared McDonald, Civil Engineer with Clone Krippenberger. Keel McNaughton, Area Manager, Emergency Response with GHD Limited. And Zion Yu, Environmental Engineer with Thurber Engineering. The CEA would also like to thank the firms that nominated these outstanding professionals. And with that, I would like to announce the winner for the Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award for 2020 is Andrew Lischuk with Stantec Consulting.
Young professional. No paper. Thank you. That's quite an honor. To be mentioned with that group of people to start with is quite impressive. These are all colleagues, and we know each other quite well in this industry. I'd like to thank the CEA for having this award. You don't usually get to celebrate those early years of your career, so it's really awesome to have recognized everybody and then to have a winner to be up here and embarrass themselves on stage at an early age, so thank you for that. Someday I'll be able to speak like Bob. That'd be fantastic. Engineering is an interesting profession. I've always wanted to be an engineer. It's full of extremely and highly competitive people that are just so driven, but at the same time, we're a very collaborative and supportive group. I go back to my years at the U of A, where you're literally competing against each other for your grades, and everyone's helping each other out. Everyone's staying late, teaching each other, making sure that we all achieve this goal together. And it's quite impressive. My career has been blessed with this collaboration from the mentors at Stantec, from the mentors at other companies, from my clients even, or architects. They all want to make sure you learn and figure things out because it's quite a steep learning curve. So it's quite an honor to have them impact my career that way. I obviously have to thank my family. We all know that consulting in general is a roller coaster of a career, and our families are the foundation that allow us to, I'm a structural engineer, spoiler, foundation that allows us to have this wonderful career. And even tonight, my wife is at home with our 4-year-old and a 6-month-old daughter, and they both have a cold and runny nose, and they're complaining. And so she's actually truly the star of this, not myself. I also have to make one special thanks. It's maybe unusual, but I have to thank my, what I call partner in crime at work, Stephen Weinbeer. He's recording this for me. Our relationship started in high school, through university, and then as well through Stantec. And it's been the definition of support. And what appears to be one of our success is always due to each other together and the work we do together. Both my daughters were born quite early, and I had to take extended time away from work, and I didn't have to worry about it because he picked up all the slack. So although this award will have my name on it, I'm guessing somewhere, this is for both of us, and I really appreciate all that. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Andrew, and all the best moving forward. Fantastic spirit there in your acceptance. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's my pleasure to move us into the final phase of this evening. I know the one that many of you have been waiting for with bated breath, the Showcase Awards. At this time, we move on to the Project Awards, and I want to ask you to please join me acknowledging the tremendous contribution of time and expertise that the judges have brought to this event. A special thank you to all of our judges listed on the screens in front of you. It takes a great deal of time, a serious commitment to take this on, so thank you again. If you've attended in past, you know about our award print, the annual design, always highly anticipated. It's presented to the consultant team and their client. You can see it on the screens now, a customized work of art created by our graphic group, Artsmith, and then prepared for presentation by the talented team at Jake's Framing. Projects can be entered into a maximum of 2 categories as long as they meet the criteria of that category. 3 to 4 judges deliberate the projects submitted in each category, and then they rank each of the projects from first to last. Based on the judges' ranking, a score is determined, and then the judges take these factors into consideration when evaluating each of the projects. Technical excellence, degree of difficulty, innovation, advancement of technology, added value, management of risk, benefit to society, and added environmental value. To qualify for an award of excellence, a project must have been ranked first overall by at least one judge and have the best score overall. In the event that none of the entries, and this is not unprecedented, none of the entries in a particular category awarded a first place ranking by any of the judges assigned to that category, no award of excellence will be presented. Instead, the top two finalists in that category will both receive awards of merit. The awards will be presented by project category starting in just a moment. Each category will have a short video listing all of the projects submitted under that banner. When the video is finished, the winning projects will be announced. If and when you hear your company's name and your project, we invite the entire project team. We're talking about the engineers, the sub-consultants, the clients here with us tonight to make their way to the stage as quickly as possible to be recognized. Now, please do note the following. The winners, we're asking you to come to stage left, my left, your right, here. Proceed across the stage to receive congratulations. You'll then proceed off the stage, right, your left, to then meet our assistants, Megan and Amanda. They'll escort you to the photography area for your official photographs. At the end of the evening, you can pick up your winning award prints outside the hall. It's my pleasure now to invite Sean Snowden, President of the Consulting Engineers of Alberta, and Ken Kozakowicz, Chief Executive Officer, to come forward to assist with tonight's award presentations. Now, let's get to the awards. The submissions in the Building Engineering Commercial category are
Building Engineering Commercial. Joint submission, BP Tech Engineering, MCW Hemisphere, ISL Engineering and Land Services, AGLC Warehouse, Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis, Stantec Consulting, Stantec Tower, Ice District Development Partnership for the Ice District Properties, a joint venture, MCW Hemisphere, the new AUPE headquarters, a collaborative journey, Alberta Union of Provincial Employees.
The award of merit in this category goes to MCW Hemisphere Limited for the new AUPE headquarters, a collaborative journey.
Client owner, Alberta Union of Provincial Employees. Sub-consultants, Next Architecture. Intuitive. Contractors, Bird Construction.
Congratulations to MCW Hemisphere. The Award of Excellence tonight for Building Engineering Commercial goes to Stantec Consulting Limited for Stantec Tower.
Client owner, Ice District Development Partnership for the Ice District Properties, a joint venture. Sub-consultants, Stantec Architecture, RWDI, Thurber Engineering, Contractors, PCL Construction Management, other key players, Ice District, One Properties, Canderel. Civilizations have long set their sights on the sky. A monument to years of engineering and architectural passion, Stantec Tower stands 69 stories, 251 meters high in the heart of Edmonton's bustling Ice District, Canada's largest mixed-use sports and entertainment hub. Composed of 29 floors of office space, 483 luxury residential units, and below-grade parking stalls, the mixed-use tower combines retail, commercial office, and prime residential spaces, perfectly balancing work and play. This soaring edifice is the result of collaboration between the Cates Group Ice District joint venture, Stantec, PCL Construction, Thurber Engineering, and RWDI.
Congratulations again to Stantec Consulting. Let's take a look at the submissions in the Building Engineering Institutional category.
Building Engineering Institutional. Fast and App. Capilano Branch, Edmonton Public Library. Edmonton Public Library. WSP. Grand Trunk, Londonderry, and Millwoods Fitness and Leisure Centers. Elimination of swimming pool entrapment hazards. City of Edmonton. SMP Engineering. New Central Library. Calgary Public Library. AECOM. Stony Transit Facility. City of Calgary.
The award of merit in the category of Building Engineering Institutional goes to AECOM for Stony Transit Facility.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, Pura Energy, 3 Point Environmental. Contractors, PCL Construction Management. Other key players, Plenary Infrastructure Canada.
The award of excellence tonight in the category of Building Engineering Institutional goes to SMP Engineering for New Central Library.
Client owner, Calgary Public Library. Subconsultants, Dialogue Alberta Architecture Engineering Interior Design Planning. Intuitive Corporation. Contractors, Stuart Olson, Can-Am Systems. Other key players, Dialogue Alberta Architecture Engineering Interior Design Planning, Snoheta, MC Squared System Design Group, CMLC, City of Calgary, Colliers Project Leaders. The new Central Library was designed to bridge the gap between the existing downtown core and the new East Village development. Serving as the flagship library within the City of Calgary, the design concept was focused on social interaction, studying, learning, and community activities. Built on 4 levels, the building has designated areas for varying uses and houses a 350-seat theater, performance hall, and public gathering spaces, in addition to its physical collection of books. Constructed atop an existing LRT track, which remained in service continuously during construction, presented numerous engineering challenges which the design team addressed while maintaining on budget.
Congratulations to SMP Engineering. Let's take a look at basically the project submissions tonight for community development.
Community Development, Clone Crippen Berger, Harvey Passage Rehabilitation, Alberta Environment and Parks, Alberta Transportation. Golder Associates, McKinnon Ravine Trail Icing Mitigation Design, City of Edmonton. WSP, Stillwater, Innovative Engineering Applied in a Land Development Framework, Mattamy Homes.
In the category of community development, the award of merit tonight goes to Golder Associates Limited for McKinnon Ravine Trail Icing Mitigation Design.
Client owner, City of Edmonton. Subconsultants, Associated Engineering. Contractors, Wilco Contractors Northwest.
The Award of Excellence tonight in the category of Community Development goes to Clone Krippenberger Limited for Harvey Passage Rehabilitation.
Client owner, Alberta Environment and Parks, Alberta Transportation. Subconsultants, SGI Water Consulting, Recreation Engineering and Planning, Northwest Hydraulic Consultants, O2 Planning and Design. Contractors, Bluebird Contracting Services. Clone Krippenberger was engaged to plan, design, and administer construction of the rehabilitation of the Harvey Passage, which was damaged in the unprecedented flood of June 2013. Harvey Passage's primary purpose is to enable river passage for boaters and fish while maintaining water diversions from the Bow River. Rehabilitation of Harvey Passage allowed lessons learned from its design and construction to be implemented, thereby creating a more robust and sustainable facility with creation of terrestrial and aquatic habitats that is seamlessly integrated into Pierce Estate Park to create a unique park and recreational amenity for the City of Calgary.
Here are tonight's entries in the category of Community Outreach and In-House Initiatives.
Community Outreach and In-House Initiatives. Aero Engineering. Continuous Improvement Program at Aero.
All right, everybody. The Vegas odds, depending on where you stand, are looking either pretty good or devastating. But let's all congratulate Aero Engineering. Their Award of Excellence tonight, Continuous Improvement Program at Aero.
Aero Engineering engaged employees in a program of continuous improvement to change how the company operates. The program is organized around lean management principles and is designed to ensure employees at every level of the company operate in a way that is driven by constant, ongoing improvement. Continuous improvement makes Aero different, and lean thinking is built into the culture and work ethic. The program has made a significant and measurable difference by enabling staff to continuously improve their ability to provide value for clients at every step in the design and engineering process.
Let's take a look at the submissions in the Project Management category.
Project Management. Golder Associates. Faro Mine Closure, Environmental Assessment. Indigenous and Northern Affairs Canada. AECOM, Highway 15 Twinning, North Saskatchewan River Bridge. Alberta Transportation. Urban Systems. Jack Tennant Memorial Bridge, Pre-Construction Collaboration. Town of Cochrane. WSP, Mackenzie Lift Station Diversion and Mackenzie Boulevard Sewer Upgrade, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo, Stantec Consulting, Max Purple Bus Rapid Transit, City of Calgary, Urban Systems, Saddle Lake Cree Nation Administration Building Retrofit, Saddle Lake Cree Nation, SMA Consulting, Tunneling Towards the Future, Edmonton's Downtown Intensification Storm Tunnel Project, EPCOR.
In the Project Management category, the Award of Merit tonight goes to Urban Systems Limited for the Jack Tennant Memorial Bridge Pre-Construction Collaboration.
Client owner, Town of Cochrane. Subconsultants, RJC Engineers, Tetra Tech Canada, Matrix Solutions. Contractors, PCL Construction Management.
In the Project Management category, tonight's Award of Excellence goes to SMA Consulting Limited for Tunneling Towards the Future, Edmonton's Downtown Intensification Storm Tunnel Project.
Client owner, EPCOR. Contractors, Associated Engineering, Shanghai Construction Group Canada Corporation, Thurber Engineering, CKB Construction. Other key players, Stantec Consulting, Golder Associates, John Wood Group PLC. The 2.5-kilometer downtown intensification storm tunnel supports development in Edmonton's core and reduces combined sewer overflow by 30%. EPCOR Drainage, formerly the City of Edmonton Drainage Services, worked with SMA Consulting, Shanghai Construction Group Canada, Associated Engineering, and other consultants to face downtown traffic, flowing sand, nearby gas and water lines, boulders, metal remnants from a century-old mine, crossing under the LRT, and many other challenges to complete this project. The highest-risk southernmost portion was delayed, but good planning and management meant 90% of the tunnel was in service early, and the entire project was completed 10% under budget.
Congratulations, SMA Consulting. Let's take a look at the submissions in the environmental category.
Environmental, Stantec Consulting, Orem Energy Park, Orem Road Wildlife Creek Crossing, Orem Industrial Development Partnership, GHD, CP Alith Yard Exercise, Canadian Pacific Railway, Golder Associates, Faro Mine Closure, Environmental Assessment, Indigenous and Northern Affairs Canada, Associated Engineering, Rebuilding Ecological Resiliency After Wildfire, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo, Urban Systems, Saddle Lake Cree Nation Source Water Vulnerability Assessment, Saddle Lake Cree Nation, Golder Associates, Species Recovery in Action, Boreal Caribou Habitat Restoration at the landscape scale, BC Oil and Gas Research and Innovation Society Research and Effectiveness Monitoring Branch, Stantec Consulting, Sylvan Lake Regional Wastewater Transmission System, Sylvan Lake Regional Wastewater Commission.
In the environmental category, the award of merit tonight is presented to Golder Associates Limited for the Faro Mine Closure Environmental Assessment.
Client owner, Indigenous and Northern Affairs Canada. Subconsultants, AECOM, IMG Golder, Labarge Environmental. Other key players, SRK Consulting, Integral Ecology Group, Robertson Geoconsultants.
The Award of Excellence tonight in the category of environmental goes to Stantec Consulting Limited for Orem Energy Park, Orem Road Wildlife Creek Crossing.
Client owner, Orem Industrial Development Partnership. Contractors, Sherway Construction and Management. Other key players, Keller Canada, Lafarge Holcim Canada, Reward Construction, Rico Canada, Wells Construction, Wilco Contractors Northwest, JTech Electric, Atco Gas, EPCOR Power, Raywalt Construction Company, Alberco Construction. Since 2008, Stantec has helped Focus Equities create connections between people, resources, and infrastructure by designing a new 800-meter road from 9th Street to 17th Street Northeast that joins with Anthony Henday Drive. To allow for continued wildlife movement through the area, a large arch culvert of 21.5 meters wide by 8 meters high and 67 meters long, the biggest one in Edmonton, has been constructed through the deep Clover Bar Creek Ravine. The Orem Arch Culvert improves connectivity within Orem Energy Park, a vast and busy industrial hub, all while accommodating wildlife and preserving the area's unique history.
If I channel my hockey game host for this next category, it would sound a little something like this. Let's take a look at the category. Small firm, big Big Impact.
Small firm, big impact. M2 Engineering, Big Lakes County. Jassard Water Treatment Plant, Big Lakes County. SMA Consulting, Show Me the Money. Financial Viability Analysis for Growth in Strathcona County, Strathcona County. M2 Engineering, Structural Rehabilitation of the Wetaskiwin Garden Meadows Reservoir, City of Wetaskiwin. SMA Consulting, Tunneling Towards the Future, Edmonton's Downtown Intensification Storm Tunnel Project, EPCOR.
In the category of small firm, big impact, the award of merit tonight presented to M2 Engineering for structural rehabilitation of the Wetaskiwin Garden Meadows Reservoir.
Client owner, City of Wetaskiwin. Subconsultants, Ptarmigan Engineering. Wave Engineering Consultants. Contractors, Alberco Construction.
Tonight's Award of Excellence in the category of small firm, big impact. It's a big night, big category for M2 Engineering. Congratulations for Big Lakes County, Jassard Water Treatment Plants.
Client owner, Big Lakes County. Subconsultants, Wave Engineering Consultants. J. Davis Engineering. Riddell Kurtzaba Architecture Engineering Interior Design. Contractors, Chandos Construction. The hamlet of Jassard in Big Lakes County is a growing community on the south shore of Lesser Slave Lake. Originally, the county planned 2 projects: upgrade the water treatment plant and construct a new storage reservoir. M2 Engineering identified the challenges with this and proposed to combine the projects, offering project efficiency. The new water treatment plant and reservoir provides a robust and resilient treatment system with flexibility to accommodate the changing water quality of the lake. M2 Engineering led the project through planning, design, and construction with their team of experts: Wave Engineering, J. Davis Engineering, and Riddell Kurtzaba Architecture.
Let's take a look at the submissions in the Water Resources category.
Water Resources, MPE Engineering, Bassano Dam Emergency Spillway, Eastern Irrigation District. M2 Engineering, Big Lakes County, Jassard Water Treatment Plant, Big Lakes County. Carewood Lydell Associates, Bow River Bioengineering Demonstration and Education Project, Government of Alberta, City of Calgary. AECOM, Dale Hodges Park, East Beaumont Stormwater Quality Retrofit Project, City of Calgary. AECOM, Ending Boil Water Advisories in Enoch Cree Nation, Enoch Cree Nation. Clone Crippen Berger, Harvey Passage Rehabilitation, Alberta Environment and Parks, Alberta Transportation. WSP, Mackenzie Lift Station Diversion and Mackenzie Boulevard Sewer Upgrade, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo. Golder Associates, McKinnon Ravine Trail Icing Mitigation Design, City of Edmonton. McElhaney, Main Street Reconstruction, Wetaskiwin, City of Wetaskiwin. Stantec Consulting, Quarry Park Fish Habitat Compensation Program, City of Calgary. ISL Engineering and Land Services, Regina Citywide Stormwater Model Development, City of Regina. Urban Systems, Saddle Lake Cree Nation Source Water Vulnerability Assessment, Saddle Lake Cree Nation. WSP, Start Outfall Sewer Crossing Replacement, Alberta Capital Region Wastewater Commission. M2 Engineering, Structural Rehabilitation of the Wetaskiwin Garden Meadows Reservoir, City of Wetaskiwin. Stantec Consulting, Sylvan Lake Regional Wastewater Transmission System, Sylvan Lake Regional Wastewater Commission, Associated Engineering, Wastewater Treatment System at Miette Hot Springs, Parks Canada Agency.
I promise I won't wax poetic for too long on this, but let me just say how cool it is, again, as a civilian, to see how many nominees are being recognized here tonight, how many project submissions there are for Albertans doing incredible work when it comes to one of our most valuable natural resources, and that is water. That's inspiring. Just as somebody who has no idea what engineering's all about, but a hell of a lot of respect for it, amazing work in this category, and what a tough category tonight. In the category of water resources, the award of merit tonight is presented to Clone Crippen Burger Limited for Harvey Passage Rehabilitation.
Client owner, Alberta Environment and Parks, Alberta Transportation. Subconsultants, SGI Water Consulting, Recreation Engineering and Planning, Northwest Hydraulic Consultants, O2 Planning and Design. Contractors, Bluebird Contracting Services.
If they look familiar, it's because this is a second win for this project. In the category of water resources, the award of excellence tonight goes to Kerwood Lytle Associates Limited for Bow River Bioengineering Demonstration and Education Project.
Client owner, Government of Alberta, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, Hemera Envirochem and Osenko Company. Terra Erosion Control. O2 Planning and Design. Thurber Engineering. Polster Environment Services. Contractors, DFH Enterprises. The Bow River Bioengineering Demonstration and Education Project is a next-generation riverbank erosion protection project for Alberta. Born in response to the 2013 flood, it is the largest initiative under the Southern Alberta Fisheries Habitat Enhancement and Sustainability Program and is the largest bioengineering project in Calgary. It elevates the understanding, acceptance, and application of bioengineering design by showcasing 7 successful common techniques and introducing 7 new techniques to expand the bioengineering design toolbox, and by openly sharing project technical documentation, research findings, and performance monitoring results.
Let's take a look at the submissions in the natural resource production category.
Natural resource production. Aero Engineering. Destiny Organics, Worm Farm. Destiny Organics. WSP, Hythe Train 7, Sour Gas Processing and Recovery. Veressen Midstream Partnership. Clone Crippen Berger, Pit 09 Development, Stream K Hall Road Crossing. TransAlta Corporation.
In this category, the award of merit goes to WSP for the Hythe Train 7 Sour Gas Processing and Recovery Project.
Client owner, Veressen Midstream Partnership.
The award of excellence in the category of natural resource production goes to Aero Engineering Incorporated for Destiny Organics Worm Farm.
Client owner, Destiny Organics. Contractors, Synergy. Other key players, Planworks Architecture. Destiny Organics specializes in high-quality organic fertilizer and soil components for cannabis cultivation. To support and improve production, they required new facilities, including a storage and processing warehouse, to house worms whose casings are an integral component to Destiny's organic products. The 90,000 square foot facility required consultation services from Aero Engineering for the electrical, mechanical, and civil engineering, as well as energy modeling. Working with Synergy, the general contractor, and Planworks Architecture, the team delivered exceptional service on a unique facility designed and built to create a productive home and optimal environment for the worms.
Let's tee up the entries in the transportation infrastructure, roads, interchanges, airports, and mass transit category.
Transportation infrastructure, roads, interchanges, airports, mass transit. Tetra Tech Canada, geophysics to locate prehistoric artifacts for mass transit project. Government of Alberta. Stantec Consulting, Max Purple Bus Rapid Transit, City of Calgary. Parsons, Regina Bypass Project, Saskatchewan Ministry of Highways and Infrastructure. Stantec Consulting, WestJet Wide-Body Hangar at Calgary International Airport, WestJet.
Awarding this in front of the Minister of Transportation, that's pretty darn cool, let me say. The winner of the Award of Merit tonight is Stantec Consulting Limited for Max Purple Bus Rapid Transit.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, WSP. Contractors, PCL Construction Management. Other key players, GEC Architecture, Context Engagement and Communications.
The Award of Excellence in Transportation Infrastructure, Roads, Interchanges, Airports, and Mass Transit is awarded to, ladies and gentlemen, it's a sweep of the category, Stantec Consulting for the WestJet Wide-Body Hangar at Calgary International Airport.
Client owner, WestJet. Contractors, Canna Construction. Other key players, Stantec Architecture. Spanning larger than 3 football fields, the WestJet hangar at the Calgary International Airport is the only place that can service the 787 Dreamliner west of Toronto. It also provides attractive and functional office space for 130 staff. Standing 80 feet tall, with over 125,000 square feet of floor space, the hangar is a structural feat for its long-spanning steel deck and conscious reduction of material use. WestJet can now offer true long-haul service to Europe and Asia, increasing their fleet by 200% and expanding their stake in the travel industry.
Time now to take a look at the submissions in the category of transportation infrastructure, transportation structures.
Transportation infrastructure, transportation structures. Stantec Consulting. Orem Energy Park, Orem Road Wildlife Creek Crossing, Orem Industrial Development Partnership. AECOM, Highway 15 Twinning, North Saskatchewan River Bridge. Alberta Transportation. Parsons, Laycock Park Pedestrian Bridge, City of Calgary. Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions, Little Red Deer Bridge Replacement and Other Works, Mountain View County. ISL Engineering and Land Services, Mill Creek Ravine Pedestrian Bridges, City of Edmonton.
The Award of Merit in this category tonight goes to ISL Engineering and Land Services Limited for Mill Creek Ravine Pedestrian Bridges.
Client owner, City of Edmonton. Subconsultants, Thurber Engineering, Spencer Environmental Management Services, Golder Associates, Turtle Island Cultural Resource Management, 2020 Communications, Contractors, Alberco Construction, Keller Foundations, Western Archrib, W.G. Channon Hardwoods, Shies Forest Products, iMark Architectural Metals. Other key players, SMA Consulting.
The Award of Excellence tonight in Transportation Infrastructure, Transportation Structures is awarded to AECOM for the Highway 15 Twinning North Saskatchewan River Bridge.
Client owner, Alberta Transportation. Subconsultants, Tetra Tech Canada, Terrace Engineering, HFKS Architects, Great Northern Engineering Consultants, High Road Surveys, DEMA Land Services, The Archaeology Group, Spencer Environmental Management Services, Contractors, Alberco Construction. Other key players, City of Fort Saskatchewan, Sturgeon County, River Valley Alliance. Twinning of Highway 15 in Fort Saskatchewan includes a new highway bridge and underslung pedestrian bridge over the North Saskatchewan River. Roadway and bridge planning, as well as detailed design, was fast-tracked for this project to address heavy congestion and safety issues for the strategically important corridor between Edmonton and Alberta's industrial heartland region. AECOM delivered this qualifications-based selection project within just 14 months by working collaboratively and innovatively with multiple stakeholders. The underslung pedestrian bridge is highly architectural and is an important part of the River Valley Alliance's goal to provide a continuous trail network within the Edmonton Capital Region.
Moving along to the next category, let's take a look at the project submissions for studies, software, and special services.
Studies, software, and special services. Urban systems, asset management capacity building cohort, policy, governance, and capacity. Alberta Urban Municipalities Association, Rural Municipalities of Alberta, Infrastructure Asset Management Alberta. Tetra Tech Canada, Geophysics to locate prehistoric artifacts for mass transit project. Government of Alberta. Associated Engineering, Intelligent Transportation Systems Strategic Plan, a Smart City Roadmap. City of St. Albert. MPE Engineering, Moducore Software, Bolt Offsite. ISL Engineering and Land Services, North Calgary Regional Transportation Study, City of Airdrie, City of Calgary, City of Chestermere, Town of Cochrane, Rocky View County, Alberta Transportation. ISL Engineering and Land Services, Regina Citywide Stormwater Model Development, City of Regina. SMA Consulting, Show Me the Money, Financial Viability Analysis for Growth in Strathcona County, Strathcona County.
In the category of studies, software, and special services, tonight's Award of Merit goes to Tetra Tech Canada Incorporated for geophysics to locate prehistoric artifacts for mass transit projects.
Client owner, Government of Alberta. Other key players, Soriak Consulting and Research.
The Award of Excellence in this category goes to SMA Consulting Limited for Show Me the Money, Financial Viability Analysis for Growth in Strathcona County.
Client owner, Strathcona County. Other key players, Stantec Consulting. Bremner will be a new kind of community in Strathcona County. A vibrant, walkable, transit-friendly area with nearby employers in the local employment area, LEA, accommodating 79,000 people with densities twice the county average. The challenge was demonstrating financial viability for the $2 billion in necessary infrastructure. SMA Consulting worked with Strathcona County and Stantec to develop an advanced model integrating asset management, Monte Carlo simulation, and genetic algorithms. 15 scenarios, 500 million calculations, and several council presentations later, Bremner and the LEA were shown to be fully financially viable, a major factor in Strathcona County Council's decision to approve development.
If you can believe it, here we are at our final category. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the project submissions for sustainable design.
Sustainable design. Carewood Lydell Associates. Bow River Bioengineering Demonstration and Education Project. Government of Alberta, City of Calgary. Associated Engineering. Claresholm Stormwater Drainage Improvements and Flood Resilience, Town of Claresholm. AECOM, Dale Hodges Park, East Beaumont Stormwater Quality Retrofit Project, City of Calgary. AECOM, Ending Boil Water Advisories in Enoch Cree Nation, Enoch Cree Nation. Parsons, Laycock Park Pedestrian Bridge, City of Calgary. McElhaney, Main Street Reconstruction, Wetaskiwin, City of Wetaskiwin. Stantec Consulting, Quarry Park Fish Habitat Compensation Program, City of Calgary. MPE Engineering, Renfrew Integrated Stormwater Management Pilot Study, City of Calgary. Stantec Consulting, Stantec Tower, Ice District Development Partnership for the Ice District Properties, a joint venture. AECOM, Stony Transit Facility, City of Calgary.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's where this gets interesting. You'll remember that we told you in the event that no entry in a particular category is awarded a first place ranking by any of the judges in that category, no award of excellence will be awarded. And in that circumstance, typically the top two finalists in that category will receive awards of merit. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is no award of excellence in this category, which means this was a close race. So let's take a look at the first award of merit. It goes to Carewood Lydell Associates Limited for Bow River Bioengineering Demonstration and Education Project. Congratulations.
Client owner, Government of Alberta, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, Hemera Envirochem, an Osenko company, prime consultant. Terra Erosion Control, O2 Planning and Design, Thurber Engineering, Polster Environment Services. Contractors, DFH Enterprises.
So friends, we do have indeed a scoring tie. And with the second award of merit, we recognize Stantec Consulting Limited for Stantec Tower, a multiple award winner tonight. Congratulations.
Client owner, Ice District Development Partnership for the Ice District Properties, a joint venture. Subconsultants, Stantec Architecture, RWDI, Thurber Engineering. Contractors, PCL Construction Management. Other key players, Ice District, One Properties, Canderel.
Now, here's the thing. Remarkable achievement and fierce competition in this category, as evidenced by the fact we have a three-way scoring tie. So the next award of merit in this category goes to AECOM for Stoney Transit Facility. Congratulations.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, Pura Energy, 3 Point Environmental. Contractors, PCL Construction Management. Other key players, Plenary Infrastructure Canada.
Let's hear it for AECOM and all of our winners tonight. Congratulations. To those of you who submitted projects this year, as well as the winners recognized tonight, we thank everyone for participating in tonight's awards program. The judges tell us that, per usual, they had an incredibly difficult time narrowing down the winners, as there were so many innovative and especially strong projects submitted this year, an incredible showing and showcasing of the consulting engineering industry. This officially concludes our awards program this evening. We'd like to recognize our partners in enabling this successful evening. Representing FMAV, the incomparable Vince Kangas and his team, Dana Mikan, again, hit it out of the park with Impression Communications. Alex Armstrong of Three Tall Women designed these fabulous centerpieces. Renee at Vienna Intention Floral and Event Design, as well as Avonlea Photography. Good to have you guys in the house tonight. We want to let you know that the flowers on the tables can be taken home. We encourage you to enjoy them this evening. If you do try to walk out with the circular device, you know, well, this is what happens when you get a civilian talking to engineers. What are those? Anyway, you get it. Calgary's got the big blue one, right? Yeah. If you try to walk out with one of those, you'll get tackled at the door. That's just a fact. Minister, you got to live. What's that officially? Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Okay, so take the flowers home and enjoy them this weekend. I'd also like to recognize the Consulting Engineers of Alberta team, Inderjeet Singh, Daniel Sheeman, and Lisa Kruda, who does an amazing job every year, along with CEO Ken Kozakowicz. Well done in delivering another first-class event. Before you go, a couple quick reminders to our award winners tonight, project award winners. You're to pick up your award print as well as your client's award print outside in the foyer of the hall right next to the coat check. Also, it's been embargoed up until right now. The 2020 issue of CEA Alberta Innovators, the magazine, is available in the lobby. It'll feature tonight's winners. This officially concludes the Consulting Engineers of Alberta 2020 Showcase Awards program. We thank you for letting us be a part of your evening tonight, and I'll leave you with this. Our children, our grandchildren are the benefactors of a strong focus for the consulting engineering industry. For those of you that are just getting started, those of you that have a win or a nomination or just a great evening to celebrate, we invite you to join CEA President Sean Snowden in the President's after-party reception located in the foyer outside the hall. My name is Ryan Jesperson. It's been, as always, an absolute honor to be with you tonight. Good night, and take care.